Welcome back to Hockey Talks. I am Carl. That is Dave. Once again, let's get right into the NHL like we usually do with a big trade in the NHL. Mikko Rantanen traded from the Colorado Avalanche to the Carolina Hurricanes in a 3-team deal.
Are you as surprised as I am to see Rantanen get traded away?
Yeah, I actually was. I had zero idea.
No clue.
There was teams that obviously wanted him to talk about trading, right, with JT Miller stuff. We'll get into that a little later. But Mikko Rantanen traded to the Carolina Hurricanes in a 3-team deal. The Avalanche, in return, they trade to Carolina. Let's go there first. To Carolina. They get Mikko Rantanen, Taylor Hall, and rights to Nils Junchar. And a 6th-round pick from Chicago, which is also the other team involved in this.
Oh, okay.
Chicago is retaining 50% of Rantanen's salary. And they get a 3rd-round pick from Carolina as well. Going to Chicago for Mikko Rantanen is a Martin Necas, Jake Drury, plus 2025 2nd-round pick and a 2026 4th round from the Hurricanes. So that is a big trade.
Lots of stuff going on there.
Nobody seen coming, right? Nobody seen coming, right?
Do you think it just happened, or did they maybe talk ahead of time for that?
No. According to Rantanen, according to Nathan McKinnon, he had no idea.
Really?
That was coming. Yeah. Apparently, they had zero idea that was coming. A lot of the analysts had zero idea. It just all of a sudden happened. They kept it so quiet right up until it just happened, right? So, Rantanen was just as surprised as everybody else. He even offered, actually, that to take a pay cut to stay in Colorado.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, no, you're off to Carolina. There you go.
That's crazy. Yeah.
One of the biggest names on Colorado who helped them win a Stanley Cup back in 2019.
Yeah.
I can't remember what year that was.
Something like that.
2020.
Yeah.
But it was sooner than that, 2022 maybe. Anyways, they helped him win. He was a big player in that organization, right?
Yeah.
So it's
a big contributor.
A big contributor.
Yeah.
One of the superstars of the NHL for sure. So here, a player like that get traded is quite something. So yeah, it's what do you think of that trade?
I mean, I'm surprised. I kind of thought that maybe he'd be going to Vancouver for one of the two guys, Pettersson or Miller. But to see him go, you say Carolina? I had no idea that was happening. The fact that it's a 3-team deal means that there was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that not a lot of people knew about.
Yeah, not hardly anybody.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting the amount of work that went into putting Rantanen onto a different team for who knows whatever reasons,
Yeah. I think they're trying to shake things up, get rid of some of their salary, obviously. But even though he want to take a pay cut if he had to, right, to stay on the team. But clearly they have other plans. What in the works? I'm not too sure. Yeah, because clearly this has to, you would think, lead to something down the road, right?
You would
think. They're going to clear up a lot of cap space like that, which is $9.25 million, right?
Yeah.
His salary was. They clear up that amount of cap space means, well, it doesn't.
They're making room for somebody.
You would think they'd be making room for something down the line.
Yeah.
So whether that, who knows what that could be, but.
Well, what do you think it could be?
I don't know. Well,
spitballing.
Maybe a Sidney Crosby trade.
Yeah.
Right? Look at that. Crosby is on a 3-year deal. He signed last year with Pittsburgh, but maybe they want to shake things up in Pittsburgh, right? They said nobody's safe in that roster right now. Anybody could be traded. So what Kyle Dubas wants to do, maybe the Avalanche have a different plan, and maybe want to see if Crosby can come over and try to win a cup with Nathan McKinnon.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something?
That would be quite something. We'll get to the Crosby talk a little bit later here.
Yeah.
But that trade itself is huge.
Yeah.
Huge. But there's other trade talks around the league, which is back to involving the Vancouver Canucks and JT Miller and Elias Pettersson.
As we said 2 weeks ago, friend.
Yeah, more, I guess, controversy, more information, has been coming out. The Blue Jackets have talked with the Canucks about doing some sort of trade for Elias Pettersson.
Okay.
So whether that is going to take shape or not, it's just in the talks right now, but people are interested, right? People are interested in both guys. You hear Rangers for JT Miller, which tried, Blue Jackets trying to get Pettersson. Before this Rantanen deal happened with Carolina, Carolina was reportedly interested in trying to get JT Miller as well. But then that kind of fell through as well, so they ended up getting Rantanen, so now that's completely off the books. So who knows, maybe an Avalanche try to get Miller or Pettersson?
Both, you think?
Miller or Pettersson.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If both, that would be quite something.
Yeah, I mean,
they could
the controversy
try to split them up.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So I don't know if that would.
I could see Miller going to Colorado. I could see that. That would be a good fit.
I think Miller wants to go to New York, but I think that's kind of.
Miller wants to go to New York?
I think Miller wants to go back to New York. Yeah, he was there.
Wouldn't that be something?
He was there previously before he came to the Canucks.
Yeah, I'm just saying for the fact that Rangers are trying to push some people out and they are trying to rebuild their team to bring on a killer like Miller.
Miller, when he played for the Rangers, wasn't this top elite guy when he was there, right? So they traded him away. When he came to the Canucks, he became a whole other player, right? Completely different player. And now, to have them on the Rangers, I think Rangers want somebody like that back on there, right? A guy like Miller. But Miller, I think...
But do you think if Miller went back to the Rangers, he would resort to his old ways?
Well, I don't know.
You don't think so?
I mean, it's a whole different group.
That's like saying, what if Hyman went back to the Leafs? Would he be that 50-goal a season player? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No. Same with
the
Miller.
guys he's playing with, right?
Yeah.
Which helped him do that.
Exactly.
It's unfortunate that there's a feud between Pettersson and Miller. This is causing a lot of stuff with that team, right? Tension between that team. But Jim Rutherford actually, he decided to speak up.
Okay.
He can't keep it shut for long. But he went out there and said, he told everybody that JT Miller and Pettersson, the feud between those two cannot be fixed. So what he's initiating is they're going to be traded. At least one of them is going to be traded for sure. He says it can't be fixed, can't be repaired. So
I wonder what happened, hey?
Nobody knows what's happened.
Think it's a girl?
Well, I don't know. Pettersson's a soft-spoken guy, right? Doesn't say a whole lot usually. Miller is the complete opposite.
There's a five-letter word I'd use for Pettersson. I'm not going to say it, but...
Okay, yeah. There's also a 5-letter word to use for JT Miller, which is, they call him a bully in the locker room.
Yeah.
That one I will say. But people,
mine's definitely not PG.
Well, that's what they think maybe could be happening, right? But who knows? Nobody has heard anything else. Other than that, there's been a feud between. They say the whole locker room is kind of like the most dysfunctional locker room right now.
Yeah.
Probably a lot to do with all of that, right? It puts everybody else in that kind of mood. Although the Canucks have been on a 3-game winning streak now, so think they're going to patch things up?
No.
I don't think so either. I think, like I said last time, I'm pretty sure one of them is going to be traded at least
before the deadline?
I would want to say by the deadline, but if not, it's going to be over the summer. Yeah. For sure, right? We'll see. It might be by the deadline. It very well could be. I thought it was going to be by the deadline, but...
it's getting closer.
It's like a month away.
Yep.
So we'll see where that goes for now. But we'll keep a close eye on that. See if anything comes out of this Blue Jackets thing for Pettersson.
Yeah.
In the
see if it gets
few
traded
days, next week.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens there. There's one guy who's tired about. Here we're coming back to the Crosby thing. He's tired about people asking him whether or not he's going to be traded away.
Yeah.
Whether he wants to be traded away or if he's staying. He's tired of people asking. People have asked him a lot. He's spoken out saying he's not going to answer those questions anymore. He's done asking them. Do you think he's going to be traded?
I think it'd be cool to see him be traded.
I think so too.
Kind of like a Ray Bourque kind of situation, where he's got one good year left in him. And Ray Bourque went to Colorado Avalanche, won a cup, retired.
Yeah.
What a way to go,
Well, yeah, a few guys tried that, right? Rome Iginla, he tried to bounce around to different teams, ultimately did not win a cup.
No, he's not good enough.
But
Just kidding.
Which brings to another question. Do you think there's a sense of loyalty to the players still? Or should they just go to whichever team they want? And
I mean, I think the younger the player, here's my kind of opinion on that, I guess. The older the player, the more loyal they feel, but I don't really think that that's loyalty. I think if it was loyalty, all of these players that are a bit older would be willing to accept substantially less money. But I think what it is they just get comfortable where they're at. They don't want to change their life around.
No.
But obviously, when the players are younger, they might seem like they're less loyal because they go to a different team or something. Mm-hmm. But what I'm trying to get at is you have players like McDavid, where in the previous number of years he may have not had too much comfort in his hockey team, but yet he feels this need to be loyal to them. And I just don't think that, the Oilers specifically in this case, give him anything to be loyal over, But that's aside from the point. That's not Crosby. That's McDavid.
Yeah.
But for Crosby, I would think that he's more comfortable. So now we start talking about trade talks. I don't think the loyalty's there. He's going to end up back in Pittsburgh regardless of if he gets traded or not. Right. So
like a 1-day contract or something just to retire.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So he'll be retiring as a Pittsburgh Penguin for sure.
Or even retire as somebody else, but you're going to go and you're going to be a part of the Pittsburgh Penguins franchise from that point on. So if it had to be him going to a team like Colorado, all of a sudden, he would be there for a year, see what he can do, go back home after that, and then spend your life with Pittsburgh Penguins. I don't know. It depends. It depends on the person, but I think that the loyalty for hockey teams when you're younger shouldn't exist, because I think you should go to the team that is best suited to your play style. And if you're older, I think that loyalty often gets mixed up with comfort.
Yeah.
And comfort and convenience.
Yeah. If loyalty, a lot of players used to do that, right? They used to be loyalty was a big thing. I don't know if it's so much that anymore, right? They want to go somewhere where they can win, right?
Yeah.
Even if they've been with the team for a long time. Look at Patrick Kane, right? He was with Chicago for almost his entire career. Yeah. But he ultimately decided he wanted to go somewhere else where he could try to win a cup. But
it's also kind of about how much is the team willing to do what you want them to do. Like Crosby. When he went to Pittsburgh, they built the whole team around him.
Yep, they sure did. Yeah.
That's reason to be a little loyal. Because they did things for you that maybe not a lot of other teams could have done, and they successfully did it.
Yeah.
If you were to go somewhere else and they maybe try to build a team around you, but they're very, very bad at it, Edmonton. Just kidding. But
not wrong.
They just need a goaltender. But there's not as much reason to be loyal, even though somebody's trying really hard to make things convenient for you. Sometimes it just doesn't work out, and that's kind of what I'm saying. It's like the loyalty is always where you end up, but at the same time you gotta think about yourself and what your own wants are.
Yeah.
But I mean, back to your root question of is there still something about being loyal to your team, and I think there is, but it all depends on if you get anything from them. If you don't get anything from them, there's absolutely nothing to be loyal to.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, right?
I don't
think loyalty is in the game as much as it used to be, right? People want to go somewhere where they can win.
Because there's so many more teams.
There's a lot more teams, right? There's a lot more teams, but players ultimately just want to compete, right? And if they can find that they have better chances other places, they do it.
Yeah.
Right? As before, they would just stick with their team no matter what, right? That's their team. They built around them. They're going to stick it out till the end.
Yeah.
That's where their home is, which is fine too. But I don't think it's nearly that anymore. I think players just want to go wherever they want to go, wherever they can be successful, right?
As long as
teams
they're not
want them
comfortable.
still.
Yeah.
And teams want them there, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's not as big as it used to be. There's still some of it there. Crosby, I don't know whether or not he's going to stay, whether he'll want to stay. It'd be cool to see him go to Colorado with Nathan McKinnon to try to win a cup. That would be pretty cool to see. But at the same time, I think Crosby might just stay put.
Yeah.
Right? It sounded like he wants to, but who knows?
Yeah.
See what Kyle Dubas does.
Yeah.
Who knows? He shakes things up, but it's ultimately, I guess, kind of up to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
no, coming up here in February 12th to 20th, I believe, is the NHL little break. Yeah. And they're doing something called the Four Nations tournament. What is it called?
Four Nations Cup.
It is Four Nations Cup.
Yeah.
Okay. And the captains are out for Team Canada.
Yeah.
Can you name them?
The captain for Team Canada?
Captain and the two assistant captains.
Sidney Crosby is the captain.
Yeah.
Assistant Nathan McKinnon and Connor McDavid. No?
No.
Oh. Wow.
You got one more guess. You got McDavid right. You got Crosby right.
Brad Marchand.
Cale Makar.
Oh, Cale Makar.
Yeah.
Nathan McKinnon not, eh?
Yeah, that's what
really?
I read. Yeah, anyways. So.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. That's pretty interesting. It's we got a pretty stacked group, you know?
We do, yeah.
A lot of those teams I'm sure do though. But
Pietrangelo ultimately decided he wasn't going to play due to injury, but
fair enough.
Some reason still playing for Golden Knights.
Yeah.
in the games. So he backed out because he said he couldn't because of injury. But
I'd rather take the break, yeah.
He said it was for injury, but yet he still continues to play with the Golden Knights. So
yeah, I just need that extra 8 days in mid-February.
Yeah, I think
it feels like it's getting kind of tight.
Yeah, he needs to go on holidays rather than play. I guess,
geez.
Right?
Yeah,
I didn't play them sometimes.
Yeah,
but Utah, the hockey club, which might not be soon, as they narrowed it down to 3 names. Which Utah, the hockey club, is one of them.
Oh, okay.
They're keeping, that is one of the finalists. Along with Mammoth.
Utah Mammoth?
Utah Mammoth.
Okay.
And they were going to do
Wichita.
Wasatch.
Oh, Wasatch.
But Wasatch is a mountain range just outside of Salt Lake.
What's that?
What's that?
Wasatch.
Wasatch is a mountain range, which but they had that in there as a 3 finalists. But one day later, they decided to drop Wasatch because I don't think a lot of people like that, and they had no idea what it meant.
I kind of like it though.
Wasatch, Utah Wasatch.
It's different. Yeah, it's catchy. Wasatch, you know. I don't know.
Yeah. It kind of is, I guess, but
hey, what's up?
They dropped
Wasatch?
it. They ultimately decided to drop it because they got a lot of feedback apparently.
Yeah.
About it, and they subbed it out for Outlaws. So your 3 finalists for Utah would be Mammoth, Utah, the Hockey Club, or Utah Outlaws. Now, out of those 3,
so
what one would you
Who
pick?
are they getting to think of these names?
Yeah, they really wanted Yeti.
Outlaws?
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't in the finalists before, but now it is.
Out of those 3, I kind of prefer Hockey Club.
Honestly, me too.
like
just keep it the Hockey Club. I do not like
UHC. There you go.
Yeah.
You don't like Mammoth?
I do not like Mammoth.
Yeah.
I don't think that they really wanted Yeti, I think, to be in there. But they are not allowed to do it.
Why?
Yeti.
The mug?
The mugs. Yeah. They said no. They said no.
It would be good for their business.
Would it? I don't think they really care.
Yeah,
they're like, no, I don't think they need a hockey club. They think they do Yeti coolers, mugs, like all that kind of stuff, right? And then
do it with
I don't think Utah would want to pay Yeti
royalties.
Yeah. right? I don't think they're going to want to do that. So that is off the table. But I thought that was actually not too bad of a name either. Yeah, you kind of, I don't know. But anyways, I think I would choose the Utah Hockey Club over
or just throw all those ideas out and go get more. Just go and choose a new batch, you know.
Yeah. Whoever thought of these names, I don't know. Yeah.
And that's what I mean. Like, out of all those, I don't know who it is that they were getting feedback from us negative, but out of all those, Wasatch honestly sounds the best.
Wasatch,
to me, because it's different. It's not like a mammoth. Like, come on, Utah Mammoth. Like,
honestly, I thought that wasn't a bad name either. Right?
Mammoth?
It's different. No. Wasatch.
Wasatch. Yeah, it's different. You never heard it before.
Yeah.
And you don't got to worry about paying royalties to anybody.
Yeah. Wasatch, it's a mountain range. I think a lot of people didn't have any idea what it was.
Now I know.
So
that's what it is, a mountain range.
Yeah, it's a mountain range.
Yeah.
Just outside of Utah. But just outside of Salt Lake.
Salt Lake, yeah.
Right? So, I don't know. I thought it was a good name, but people didn't like it. People had a lot of feedback, apparently, so they changed it. People didn't want it.
So like I said, I never got asked.
For Outlaws. So we'll see. Hopefully it's just the hockey club. But that we'll find out, I guess, in time. So
yeah. Well, talking about that, do you even like Seattle Kraken? Is that its name? Kraken?
Kraken.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? It's grown on me.
Seattle Kraken?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's... Okay. Why is that better than Mammoth?
I don't know.
And I'm a person, I think Seattle Kraken, it's not like a great name, but it's better for some reason than Utah Mammoth.
It is.
Like Utah Mammoth
Kraken is just a mythical creature, right?
And it's unique.
Yeah.
I mean, mammoths are
octopus,
unique,
right? It kind of goes more with where Seattle is.
Yeah.
Like right close, right against the ocean right there, and a mythical octopus kind of squid kind of thing. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas mammoth, a woolly mammoth, Utah might be okay. I mean...
But it's not all about the meaning of it, just like the sound. Like Seattle Kraken.
The meaning of it, though. Kind of.
I guess, like Utah Jazz.
Okay, Utah Jazz. Okay.
See, that sounds good.
It does.
Because it's different. It's cool, you know? Utah Mammoth just sounds so meh. And then they go and they choose something cliche like Outlaws.
Yeah, Outlaws I do not like.
Get real.
Do not like Outlaws at all. No, I don't know.
That's like naming your team the Bandits. Like, everyone does it, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of teams out there named Bandits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Those are the three finalists. Just keep it the hockey club if you're going to have these names out there.
Yeah.
Just keep it like that and go from there. But we'll see how many more times they change it.
Yeah.
And see how many more names people hate. And they'll choose one of those.
Utah Unicorns.
Yeah, there's a name I could not get behind.
Look up the national.
At all.
Look up if you're on your internet. Look up the national anthem, or not the national, the national animal for Scotland.
Is it a unicorn?
I'm not going to give it away.
Oh wow! Okay. I don't know either.
It's a unicorn.
Oh well, there we go. Of where?
Scotland.
Scotland?
Yeah, I think it's Scotland. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Blows your mind.
The things we learn on this podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll find out which name they select for their following season, the second year in the NHL. But that is all the time we have for today. And thanks again for tuning in to Hockey Talks. And we will see you next time.
Yahoo!